Hey, everybody. I'm just saying hi because, hey, this is a time where we're all stuck in our house and it's time to get together and talk to people. And I hadn't done that in a long time. So I used to come on a lot more. So I decided to come on now. So it's Monday. It's 12:30, about to have lunch. In the new routine of this is our normal now. So no more going to the gym in the morning. It's now long walks with the dog. Getting up later. I used to get up like 5 o'clock in the morning. I don't get up until, um, you know, 7:30, going on 8 o'clock now. But going a long walk before I start the rest of the day and working on what's going to be next. And so over the past couple of weeks, been helping people figuring out how to stay strong and resilient in these times, physically resilient. There's whole regiments that you can do to stay physically resilient. That's one of my core areas. So I love helping people with that. Meeting people who probably had illnesses related to what's going on now before it was a big deal, but they had it and they recovered for it. So interesting talking to people who have gotten over it. There is hope. There is a lot of hope that people recover. And we want to hear those stories of recovery. So I enjoy, and I've been able to talk to people who've had those recovery stories over the past couple of weeks. And also talking to people who say, hey, it's time for me to get myself together. And this has been a wake up call that maybe there's something that I need to get together. So meeting people about doing that. One of the highlights that I had last week is being on a wellness summit with some of my fellow best-selling authors. That was a really good time to do that, to share. Met a lot of new people that way and got to know some of my fellow authors in a way that I haven't. And one of the things that I'm planning on doing now, I have some meetings this afternoon, is collaborating more with people that I would have never, ever thought about collaborating with is this situation didn't happen. And so there always is a silver lining. So look forward to being able to share that with you. I'm going to be working with people like Janet Farnsworth, who teaches people how to love their body, and Shauna Robbins, who helps people with sleep. Those are just two of the affiliations I have. My friend Jude, who I met years ago at the beginning of her weight loss journey, who is local in my Chamber of Commerce. Now we have some things going on to help people. And it's just been such a new time for all of us. As a doctor, I have not been on the front line, and I've been asked to go to the front line and decided that I'm not going to the front line because that's not my best and highest use. And how do I know that's not my best and highest use? One of my fellow best-selling authors, Robin Wynn, who's the master of human design, helped me understand more the side of me, my design, my spiritual DNA, of how being on the front line is not where I'm supposed to be. It's behind the scenes helping in a different type of way. So stay tuned for what's going to be coming up over the next week. I know everybody's feeling out of sorts. Everybody's feeling afraid. People are feeling, I don't know what to do. We have to figure this all out. We're all going to figure this all out together. And so what's it going to look like? We don't know. It's still the beginning. One thing is I've been producing for people a lot more emails and blogs with information to help people be resilient. And so because my whole schedule has been upended like everyone else's, it's allowed me more time to do more teaching in different ways. So if you want to be on the emails where you get information about physical resilience, emotional resilience, spiritual resilience, that's the type of stuff that I'm writing about now. Stuff about fear, about transmuting fear, making fear your superpower. That's one of the blogs that I did last week. If you want to make fear your superpower, there is a way to do that. I mean, you can be paralyzed, or you can figure out, well, how do I do this? Now, a word about this. Do I have bad days? You're sitting here saying, Veronica, you look like you always got it all together. I have bad days. I do have bad days. A couple days ago, I woke up, I was crying. My husband was like, why are you crying? My father died back in January, and we haven't had the chance to have the burial and funeral yet. And I was feeling bad about that. But what triggered that is seeing all the bodies. I watched French TV to study French. And so now I have French TV stations, and I was watching the bodies in a Paris hospital. And that triggered me. I was feeling bad about my father, but just feeling bad about those people who possibly died alone, and their families don't have access to them and able to do the rituals now. So perhaps we'll do some talking and writing about that type of thing, how we have to figure out how do we move forward when it's hard to get closure in a particular area. So if you have any ideas, if you want to talk, I'm here. Zoom. Everybody's on Zoom now. And I was like, okay, time to move off of Zoom. I changed my platforms and how I do things. This is a new platform that I'm using, Restream, but also I went back to old platforms that I had gone off of, one in 2017, one in 2013, to have options to be able to bring content to people. So I just wanted to come and say hi to everyone. And I think that, I'm going to do maybe a town hall soon where people can just get together and chat, get some of my people together who have really good information. There's going to be all these podcasts that are born out of this. Everybody's podcasting right now. And I started about 10 years ago, and then I stopped. So am I going to restart podcasting again? I don't know. Maybe. But I may be bringing some talks to you from interesting guests to help you figure this all out. New Year's didn't start on January 1st. We're having a rolling new year now, where we're changing how we do life. So I'd love to hear your comments, your stories, what you're doing with your time. Everybody's doing telehealth. It's the new thing. But is it great? Who knows? So good to see you. And I'll be on some more just so that we can chit chat and talk.